was not very far from Elephant Rock. I'm not going to do a whole lot here. For main reason is because I am beat. But there's a story about this place where a reservoir on top of a mountain burst. There's a part of the Ozark Trail. Let's see if it tells it. Yeah. Water from the Amarin UE Taum Sauk Reservoir breach of December 14, 2005. Dumped, from what I read up there, like 1.5 billion gallons of water. And when that happened, because the reservoir was on top of the mountain, as all that water rushed down the mountain, it scoured a channel and revealed geological history of this region dating back to 1.4 billion years. Part of the Ozark Trail, which is a 350-mile backcountry trail, runs through this area. We are going to do the Scour Trail, which is just a 1.5-mile loop, which will take us to the Scour Pavilion. There's more trails. I just don't have time to do them. There's a Scour Overlook. So we should be able to get to see a lot of this. And the trail starts right here. There's probably a lot more to see here, but my buddy Smelling Roses has been wanting to come from Virginia to here. We talked about hiking the Ozark Trail from Taum Sauk to here. So I'd really like to save all this being new for when that finally gets to happen. Come here, Shiva. So let's check out this 1.5-mile loop, and this should give us the gist of what happened here. If you remember in my video from the Mina Sauk Falls and the highest point in Missouri on the High Point Trail, I showed you a picture of a reservoir, or I filmed a reservoir on top of a mountain. I believe that's where that reservoir was that erupted. There's huge boulders over by the park main office that, I don't know how many freaking tons this one granite boulder. What? Alright guys, sorry about that. My SD card on my camera is full. So we're going to have to film this trip on my phone. So I went in and deleted my movies that I had on Movies Anywhere and some other stuff and made room. Hopefully we can get through this 1.5-mile loop. I'm recording on my phone. But anyway, I don't know exactly where it cut off, but I was talking about a huge granite boulder over to the main office that the water washed 1.5 miles and dumped it right there in that boulder field. So let's get on down this trail to the overlooks and see what we can see. As pretty as this trail is, unfortunately we're right along the highway. So I hear every car that goes by. Now I'm sure once we get down here and hang a left, we might get away from it a little bit. I hope the rain holds off. We got sprinkled on at Elephant Rock, but now it's sunny again, so I don't know how shaky. If this video is no good, I mean this phone takes excellent video, but I don't know how the stabilization is going to be. and we're shooting in high def, so I can only shoot short segments at a time. But I'm already seeing water, so I think so we shouldn't be very far from something cool along the Scour/Ozark Trail. You like that? You hear a siren, immediately go 200 steps uphill. That's because there is another reservoir up there, and it could happen again. This is part of the scoured area. Now it's grown back, obviously, but you can see the valley that all that water came down. We were just right over there. There's the main office. And there's a red blaze. So we're gonna keep going in this direction. Well guys, for some reason it wasn't filming. Like I said, I had to use my phone. I haven't ever done this before. But we just had to cross that and got my feet all wet because that's where the trail goes. I was hoping that's where the trail went. I'm glad she was happy about it. And then I had to go back to film this section because I looked and it wasn't filming. And I was hoping that was the way we were supposed to go. And we're gonna have to cross that again, but I don't care. This whole adventure is about over with anyway. And there's some red trail marker telling us to go that way. So we'll keep going. There's part of a boulder field. And if you notice, everything in this valley is new growth. There's no big, tall, old trees. They all got washed away. Yeah, pretty much already experienced all of that before we even got to this point. They need more trail markers out here though. They were right. This is hard to walk on. I'm guessing, as long as we keep seeing these signs, that we are in the right area. There's a trail up there. That's probably the one that we could have done to not have to. Sheba's uncertain of herself because we're walking down a creek bed here. So she's not familiar with this sort of terrain. And I'm gonna have to quit filming before I fall on my butt. Well, there's a reservoir, guys. And I'm gonna tell you right now, being down here on these rocks, if that thing was to go off, we'd be dead before we could get up that hill. Because you can't hardly walk on this stuff. I see another trail marker down there. So let's go see what it says or shows. I bet that thing holds a lot of water. I do not want to be down here when that thing goes boom. According to this, we hang a left here. That's something else. Everything we just walked through, just imagine billions of gallons of water rushing through here. And I'm gonna put some pictures in that I've seen on the internet of some of the damage, because the park was here then. While we make our way up this hill. from here, it shows that that's where the reservoir was. And as you look below it from where the water came, you see different layers of rock and granite. And you can see the scour. And I think you can see from the different colors, the different layers of rock. And you see, geez, I made it from here. You can see just how immense that reservoir is. I hope that's a good shot for you. Guys, this is a video through the binoculars. As you can see, the reservoir and the different, come on, stay in there, stay right there. The different layers of rock. And then there's a second scour. Let me get on it here. A smaller one. Oh, I lost it. But anyway, maybe that was a better shot than just me zooming in on it. But there's a second scour right there. But I'm like way zoomed in, so. Isn't that amazing? And all that water just rushed right down through here. And you can see the park right down there, I think. Maybe. I don't know what the camera's focusing on, but it's just right down there. Very cool, huh, Sheba? All right, I feel much better now since we're up on the hill away from that scour and that huge reservoir. I've never seen one that big before. Oh, you don't need to see that close up. We came back up. I thought we were going to circle around a different way, but when you get top of that hill back there after that overlook, to the right is the Ozark Trail, and it said Scour. So I mean, obviously we're not taking the Ozark Trail, so I hung a left. Oh, and turn this thing around. My phone got just enough of a signal to justify my plans. It said expect thunderstorms tonight in this area. So I'm done. I have hiked 12.3 miles so far today. And that's not counting what I've done in the prior days. Well, day one, we didn't do any hiking. Day one or day two. But day three and day four have all been a lot of walking. And I am beat. There's storms coming into this area. There's storms coming in at home. Sheba's due for some medicine this weekend that I did not bring with me. And I got to start looking for another job, so it's time for us to head back home. All right, remember that white connector trail we seen earlier? I think this is where it comes out. Because it said we're going this way. And we didn't go very far from the parking lot from the trail split. I wonder if it was going to make us go right back to that first pavilion or take us back up into the woods, and it's going to take us back up in the woods. All right, guys, we are back to the connector trail to the parking lot. So we're pretty much done with this trip. And if you've seen it all, and I hope you did, I want to thank you for watching all of it. Should be 4 days You should have day 1, day 2, day 3.1, point 2, point 3, point 4, and day 4, point 1, point 2, and point 3. So I got a lot of videos to do when I get home in this new beginning series. But I'm back, and I hope to keep making more videos. This trip has been exhausting and well needed. So I hope I see you guys on the trail, and remember, get out and live life.